That's right. Today I am, or more like tonight, I'm gonna sacrifice my sleep and study instead. Why? I don't know. But I'm going to be giving you guys some online study tips along the way as well, so let's get started. First, of course, just like every time, I whipped out my trusty small blue notebook and started to note down all the things that I still have to submit, which basically is my tip number 1. Make a list of all things that you want to get done. I don't know, I just like to do this to like mentally prepare myself, I guess. Then of course, I needed some good music to keep me up. You see, I don't drink coffee. I don't know why, I just think it's a really beta move. I'm just kidding, by the way, please don't hate me. So instead of getting addicted to caffeine, I like to ruin my ears instead. And guess what? It works fine for me. Tip number 2 is listen to music. This isn't something which necessarily works for everyone per se, but you should try it out at least. For me, literally any kind of music works, as long as I like it, which 90% of the time is Ariana Grande or Travis, or anything really. If songs with lyrics distracts you, then experiment with what suits you the best. Once I listened to the Gravity Falls theme song for legit 2 hours, and the other day I was working for an hour straight, I guess, with the Kahoot 10-second soundtrack on a loop. And guess what? That literally doubled my productivity rate.
Oh, really? From what, 2 to 4?
Yup. A friend of mine likes to listen to ambient noises like nature or library sound, so maybe that's your thing. Lo-fi hip-hop is quite popular these days too. So just try all these things out and see what helps you. If you're wondering what in the world I'm studying, then basically my teacher asked us to make a monthly electricity bill, so I'm just making a table with all the calculations, and then later on I make the actual bill. Oh, by the way, The Haunting of Bly Manor came out last Friday, and oh my god, I was waiting for it like forever. If you don't know, The Haunting of House Hill was made by the same creators, and that's practically like my favorite series ever. For real, like the storyline, the script, color palette, cast, wardrobe, directing, editing, especially the match cuts, I love it all. I've watched it like thrice this year alone already, and something tells me I'm gonna watch it again before this year ends, but oh well. So, Bly Manor has really high expectations from me. I haven't watched it yet, but personally I don't think it's gonna be able to top Hill House. Because, I don't know, that's practically impossible in my opinion, but let's see. Anyways, speaking of series and videos, tip number 3, baby! Watch Study With Me videos. Due to online school, many of us have to work alone in our rooms, which can be quite discouraging if you're a social butterfly. So you can watch those 1 or 2 hour long videos of people studying in real time and just keep that playing in the background to feel as if you aren't studying alone. Many of these videos also have like calming music in the background, so kinda is similar to tip number 2. But if you don't like that, then you can watch those ones with natural background music. Personally, I don't vibe with this, but at the end of the day, we all are different. So even if something doesn't work with me, it can work with you and vice versa. So if by chance this method doesn't work for you as well, then you can do something that my friends and I like to do sometimes, which is tip number 4, online library. Sometimes we just call each other up and study simultaneously, help each other out if we need it, but make sure to be productive, and guess what? It works out great. Okay, a quick disclaimer, I do not want to glamorize the practice of pulling all-nighters, by the way. Like, it's really, really unhealthy, and just don't do it, you know? Like, I love the fact how I cry every day because my acne is getting real bad, and then I proceed to pull all-nighters as if I've been doing things since I was 13. Which I have, by the way, but don't ask. But really though, I don't understand how, because when I used to actually leave my house and stuff, my skin used to be like glass clear, and since lockdown, it's been a downhill journey actually. Ironically, the very same day I filmed this, I went to a dermatologist and she just was asking me a bunch of questions like, do you drink a lot of water? And I said,
yeah, I do. It's crazy. I'm like practically obsessed with water. It's weird.
And she said,
oh, that's hella cool, bro. What about stress? Do you have a lot of stress?
Well, who doesn't?
Touche.
And then she asked me the hard-hitting question. She said,
how about your sleep?
I was like,
dang it, that's real bad.
And of course she said,
oh, well, you can't ignore sleep. It's really good for you, and that's probably why my acne keeps getting worse.
Oh yeah, defo, I agree. I'm gonna start taking sleep seriously from now onwards.
And then a few hours later, I decided to pull an all-nighter, so that's great. But basically what I wanted to say was, I really don't know why I do this to myself. Like, honestly, I feel like I deserve to have bad skin just for acting this idiotically. Like, I have no right to be upset over it anymore, you know? Like, I'm just doing this to myself at this point. You know what? Bonus tip, which is the most important one out of all the others, do not do what I do because I am stupid and you guys are not. Well, finally, after 2.5 hours, I was done with the bill thing, and I was hella proud, not gonna lie. Then I took a 10-minute little break and started to work on my chemistry past paper. Okay, let's get back to the real tips. Tip number 4, keep revising notes. To revise notes, what you can do is play Kahoot with your friends on a set topic, or even make Quizlet flashcards by yourself and learn them in that way. I personally like it while learning French vocabulary. Helps me out a ton because Quizlet has many exercises which tests your writing, reading, and translating skills based on the flashcards. However, of course, you can make them about anything really. It doesn't only have to be about languages. It's just that I prefer it that way. I just think that the internet can be honestly a great tool if you use it correctly to excel even in studies. But if you don't really like to be dependent on technology while studying, then physical flashcards exist definitely. I personally cannot work with physical flashcards. The only method which helps me is bullet points, and bullet points only. Not even man mipes, not even a numbered list does a trick for me, which is really weird because it's basically the same thing as a bulleted list. I don't know, it's oddly true to say the least. I think it's pretty obvious, but if not, then let me make this clear. Personally, I like online school way better than physical school. I don't know why exactly, but I just do. And I'm just super happy. Maybe it's because I get to be in my own safe space. I really don't know, but I'm glad nonetheless that this exists. Anyways, after 50 minutes, I was done with the chemistry past paper, and the Tame Impala playlist was really helping me out. Also, this particular song has a lyric which I truly cherish. It goes as follows. My pet cockroach died of starvation. Who thinks of that? That's pure genius, bro. I'm so in love with that lyric that I might as well just get that tattooed on my forehead. After chemistry, I had a fat worm physics worksheet to solve. At this time, it was 4 a.m. and my brain was not working anymore. I was so sluggish. Honestly, things were just going way too slow for my liking, and I had to change my playlist to play some Trap Soul by Bryson Tiller to get the blood pumping, And so, ladies and gentlemen, we finally arrive at our last and final tip of the day. Tip number 5. Figure out how you can be the most productive and reward yourself accordingly. By this tip, I basically mean that for me, legit working non-stop keeps me the most productive. But for a couple of my friends, they study for a set amount of time and then take a 20-minute break and then repeat the cycle again and again. Again, all of us are different, and just because I can binge study doesn't mean that everyone else can as well. And if you're someone who likes to take breaks in between studying, then reward yourself. Make up a system where you just make a deal with yourself that if you finish, or once you finish, chapter 1 to 7, you get to read a chapter of your favorite book, or watch an episode of a series. Draw something real quick, eat a snack, practice your piano skills, I don't know. You get what I mean, and that's basically that. If you want to try binge studying like me, well, try not to, because you should ideally take frequent breaks, but my mindset going in is always just finish it off in one go and then you have an entire day free. So not really optimistic, but hey, it gets the job done, so there's that. Ew, why does my chin look so weird? Also, don't be worried why my face looks so shiny. That's my acne cream that I'm supposed to be putting on before sleeping, but didn't do really much of that. Oh, surprisingly, actually, my skin didn't look visibly worse the next day, so it was a win-win? I don't know. Anyways, at 5:30 a.m., I finished my physics worksheet and I started to work on my French project where I decided to make a short film. This project really reminded me of how freaking much I hate acting, and I'm so terrible at it too. It was bad. Anyways, I worked on it till 6:20 actually, and then I decided to call it a night. Hey guys, I'm just editing this video, and I don't know if you can see, but it's 2:30 a.m. Yeah, again, I don't know why I do this to myself, but that was it. That was the video. I hope you liked it. Again, please do not pull all-nighters. It's not healthy. Drink water, lots of it, and make sure that you get 8 hours of sleep every day. Just take care of yourself, yeah? Yeah, that was it. And if you liked this video, then give it a thumbs up.